What's going on, YouTube? It has been ages since I've uploaded, I know. But I'll tell you more on that later. But in the meantime, check it out, I got a new bike. So the R3 is gone. This is a 2012 Yamaha FZ8. I got this thing for a steal. It's got less than 6,000 miles. And I actually paid less for this thing than I paid for the R3. Believe it or not. This is actually only my second ride on it. I didn't get to test ride it when I bought it, which probably wasn't real smart. I did take it around the block when I got it home, and that's about it. So this is my first kind of proper ride on it. So far, it's good. I like it. It's fast. It's a lot faster than I anticipated. So initial impressions, it handles really well. It's really stable, actually. You can actually just kind of pop it in a higher gear like that and just cruise around one hand. You can move around on it and you won't upset it, which, you know, you didn't get that on the R3. The R3 is a great bike, but I don't know, it's kind of like that bag of chips you get at the dollar store. It's like 73% air and not a lot going on underneath. It felt really light, which is great. You know, it's confidence inspiring and everything, but you know, once you grow out of that, you want something a little more substantial, and this is. I mean, it's not a small bike. It's 470 odd pounds or so. It helps the stability, it really does. The ride quality, it's not super sport bike harsh, which is great. I didn't want that. I really didn't want the sport bike ride. It kind of slots in somewhere between the twitchiness of the R3 and the cushiness of the Tiger, which is exactly what I was looking for. On some parts of the road, it does get a little twitchy, but it's not that bad. It composes itself quite nicely. And here we are coming into town a little bit. Super tame. This is only second gear now. I'm already doing the speed limit. And you can see the tach right there. You can see how much more I have to go. Incidentally, this is the first bike I've ridden without a gear indicator. And I was lightly concerned about that briefly, but you know, once you grow out of that beginner phase, you don't really need it. You just kind of feel for the gears and hope you don't crash. I'm completely honest, I have no idea where I am. Just kind of riding and getting used to the bike. The riding position is it's a little more leaned forward than I anticipated, but it's not bad. It's not killing you. A little bit like the R3, I feel like your rear end is a little bit sat higher up, which, you know, it feels different. You get used to it. It doesn't hurt like a sport bike does. You got these big wide bars, so you can easily maneuver around things. I like that feeling. That's the one thing I loved about the Tiger. Kick it over here to the right lane and just chill for a little bit. So this is third gear now. Here we go, fourth gear, and it just goes to sleep. That's all it is. You just cruise around like nothing's going on. These mirrors are absolutely garbage, though. I can't see a darn thing out of them. I can see, I don't know, myself, the sky, the ground. Nothing really useful. There's a lot of heat, though, I'm noticing. Yeah, that's a lot of heat I'm getting on my legs. And yeah, I mean, it's not dangerous or anything. It's not unnoticeable, we'll say that. I mean, the good thing about a naked bike is that it's easy to work on, and it doesn't really have that look at me factor that a sport bike has, which I like. But with no fairings on there, there's a lot of heat. And at this rate, I could ride this thing right through the winter, which is great for me because summer's coming up. That should be good. That was a pretty slick gear change. Did you hear that? It sounded like a small car crash. Probably on my way to getting lost right now. Oh dearie me. Wow, yeah, now that's a lot of heat. When you come to a stop and the sun's on you, yeah, you feel every bit of that. Wow. And we're off. And we're lost. Once you get used to the clutch, taking off like that is fairly smooth. It's this 1-2 shift that's can be a little lurchy. Throttle response at the low end, lurchy. but that was to be expected. Aside from that, it's actually fairly difficult to stall this thing. I'll tell you what, I haven't been on the interstate yet. Want to try it out? Unfortunately, I got a load of cars in front of me and a truck, so I can't really have too much fun. First gear, second gear, third gear. Jeez. Fourth gear. It's just once you get over 7,000 RPMs, just everything changes. Everything just gets a little bit scarier. The sound changes, the power changes, the torque changes. It's amazing. I've read horror stories about the fuel economy on this bike, so that's yet to be seen. I've now been out for a couple of hours, and yeah, it's already eaten up about a quarter of the tank. That's no good, is it? I've noticed that this is the type of bike that helps to get your weight off the bike a little bit in the turns. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't handle well, it does. It's just really stable wherever you put it. If you want to go straight, it stays there. If you want to dip it into a turn, it stays there. Okay, we're approaching 80 miles an hour now, and this is where the wind becomes an issue. The previous owner installed this Puig windscreen, as you can see, and I think it's more form than function. That was a nice van, wasn't it? Still can't get that vanity out of my head. Seeing like that, I mean, it handles those bumps on the bridges really well, really composed, really sharp. It doesn't jump around or anything. I mean, it's really confidence inspiring. That was a third gear pull. See, look at this mirror. I tried fussing with this one earlier, and it just kind of came apart. What's going on there? I think Yamaha just puts mirrors on their bikes just to make it legal and nothing else. They're not really there to do anything, but I hope that they'll be going soon anyway, so I'm not really too mad about that. I have some mirrors picked out. That'll be a future project. So yeah, it's got everything you need. It's got a water temperature up here, clock, fuel gauge. Got your odometer. There's a trip 1 and trip 2 on there. This might make a good long distance bike, and that was one of the main criteria I was looking for in my next bike. Like, I wanted it to be a good daily bike / long distance bike. I wanted a bike that I could use. Apparently I'm just the perfect size for this bike. I'm only 5'8" on a good day, and 160 solid pounds of fury. So essentially this bike doesn't even know I'm here. Just like a relationship. It feels really well planted. Feels like you can actually just move around on it and you don't upset it. See, look at this. I'm all the way off the bike right now. And it doesn't mind that at all. Yeah, I quit playing and punch my fuel gauge until we get back into the city. So there she is, boys and girls. It's my 2012 Yamaha FZ8. It's sort of a matte gray kind of color. It's not my first color choice, but it's not black, and I really didn't want another black bike. There's too many of those on the road as it is. It's pretty much bone stock. Previous owner did install these frame sliders, which is great because that's one thing I would have done. Here's that Puig windscreen that I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work out. But all in all, yeah, it's a pretty solid machine. And I think it just looks different. It looks mean. It looks like it means business, you know? Oh, and the previous owner actually installed, where can I find a good angle on it? These LED strips under the frame here on both sides. There's actually some here. There's some under the tail section. You probably can't see them. But you can see them right here. But they change color and everything. They're pretty sweet. The only downside is the dealer told me that they kind of draw from the battery a little bit, so if you let the bike sit for too long, it might go dead. I haven't had that problem just yet, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them or just rip them off. But aside from that, yeah, it's pretty much stock right down to the rear fender, which I'm considering not doing an eliminator on it because I really want to try to fit some luggage on here. Now, to be honest, I mean, for a factory exhaust, it's not the worst I've ever heard. It's not bad. fast enough. I don't want to get thrown out. As you can see, like I said, I'm 5'8". I can't flat foot. I can get the balls of both my feet down, but to this day, I've yet to flat foot a motorcycle, and I'm not really concerned about it. Don't let that fool you. Don't let people tell you need a flat foot a bike. You don't. I mean, I did flat foot the R3 for like a split second, and valuable things were getting smushed, but aside from that, you don't need to flat foot it. I see I can wiggle it around. I got a full tank of fuel right now, and yeah, so don't let the size fool you. It's okay. This particular bike actually comes with this aftermarket helmet lock. I don't know if you saw that earlier, but yeah, I think that was installed by the previous owner. It comes complete with a no key, so that's very nice. What do we got here? Oh, FZ8, nice work. So yeah, this is the new bike. So stick around. We'll see what happens next, huh? Bye.